Rather lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. We are diving into the latest around Arsenal. We are still talking Arsenal transfers, and Arsenal are now set to make their second signing of the summer, with Julian Timber already communicating to Ajax that he won't be playing for them next season. He's also told the new manager that he might be playing for Arsenal next season and he doesn't want to be. They're going to be diving into much of the stories coming in from Netherlands around this deal. It's gathering a lot of pace. It's gathering a lot of information now that the Kai Havertz deal is done. Julian Timber could be Arsenal's second signing of the summer. We're also talking new details around the Kai Havertz deal. I'm going to be running you through some of these details. The deal could actually rise up to 67.5 million, and that's going to be paid within 3 years. That is also on the table. Thomas Partey offers have started coming in for Arsenal, and we have offers from Saudi Arabia, according to Fabrizio Romano, 40 million euros on the table for Arsenal if they will agree to be paid in installments. And Ike Gundogan is doing medicals right now with FC Barcelona to join them in this summer. It's hotting up. It's very, very busy. Hit the like button for me. Let's get this video to 1,000 likes. And of course, in the comment box below, do let me know. 40 million euros for Thomas Partey is what we are talking in the comment box below right about now. Is it enough? We brought him in for was it 45.5 million? That was his release clause way back in 2020 in October. And he's played 3 seasons at Arsenal. That means, you know, there is a possibility that he leaves for something less. But 40 million euros, given the fact that it is even Saudi Arabia, we should surely be getting more than that. 40 million euros for Thomas Partey. Let me know in the comment box below. That's around 35.5, maybe 34.5 million pounds. Is it enough? Should we be asking for more? Let me know in the comment box below right there. Right, let's dive into this stories, and let's start off with the new details on the Kai Havertz deal. Now, initially, it was reported that Arsenal will pay 50 million pounds in fixed payments and 15 million pounds in add-ons. The new information I'm getting from Ben Jacobs is that the deal will be done in 3 years. Arsenal will pay all the fees in 3 years, and should everything be achieved, Arsenal will pay 67.5 million pounds. That is the total deal. This has also been confirmed by Chris Whitley as well, who says that Football World confirmed that Kai Havertz will be playing for Arsenal, but it's going to be around 67.5 million. It's not very, very far away from the initial reported figure of Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein. And of course, this 67.5, it means that all the add-ons, all the clauses must be activated in the deal. I don't think all clauses will be activated. Look, I've not looked at the clauses. Probably, I don't know what Arsenal have included in there, but it will be around 65. I think Chelsea are very confident that they will pull around 65 out of the deal, and maybe the 2.5 is your lucky chance if Chelsea are lucky, and then it comes that Arsenal does very well, and we do a Liverpool in 6 years, win the Premier League, win the Champions League, win the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. There's no reason as to why we don't give them their 2.5. And if Arsenal can even go on to win the treble, because I've just seen it's easy to win the Premier League, because we tried to do it last campaign and we were only challenged by one club. The Champions League at the moment, I don't think, apart from Manchester City, of course, all the other clubs are beatable. I'm not saying Arsenal is not beatable. I'm saying if you're serious about winning the Champions League, you can give it a shot. The FA Cup, we are the masters of doing that. The Carabao Cup, in my life, I've not seen Arsenal win the Carabao Cup, so I don't have any guarantees on that. But that is the those are the details new arriving on my desk for Kai Havertz and the deal. It's a done deal. Arsenal don't have anything to clear with Chelsea at the moment. Now, talking about Julian Timber. Now, Julian Timber, of course, we know that he's already agreed to join Arsenal Football Club. Personal terms agreed as well, like I reported yesterday from Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein. Now, it is very interesting because he's not pushing actively to frustrate Ajax, but he's pushing actively to join Arsenal, and he has already communicated his decision to Ajax that he's going to be joining Arsenal. He really wants to join Arsenal. A lot of groundwork have been done on the players' side by Edu and Mikel Arteta, and they feel they will get the deal done. So Julian Timber has now told Ajax and the board and the new manager that he sees himself playing for us next season. He wants to play at the Emirates Stadium next season, so they should not stand in his way. Of course, yesterday, like if you watch that video, I did report that there is a mutual agreement, there is a mutual consensus between Julian Timber and Ajax when he agreed to sign a new deal. There was a release clause, and that release clause, of course, means that he can be sold this summer should a very, very decent offer arise. Now, talks between Arsenal and Ajax are continuing. They're being described as positive, according to sources right from the Netherlands. They're saying talks are still very, very positive. Arsenal very, very much in business and very, very much in line of getting this one done. Bayern are also interested, but there is nothing concrete on that one. I've not seen any German big boys, especially Christian Falk or Florian Plettenberg. I've not seen any of them come out to speak about Bayern and their mixture in the deal. Of course, I don't expect Arsenal to have a free run on this one, but it really looks like if Arsenal can run and get it done quicker, it might be for a very, very a very cheap fee and a very, very easy deal. Now, I've also seen today, again, reports from the Netherlands indicating that Arsenal will feel that 40 to 45 million euros could get the deal done as early next week or as early as this week. So we are still waiting on that one as well. Now, I think Arsenal will have a lot of energy and a lot of power in negotiations. One, we've already gotten our first deal done, and that gives you a lot of confidence. That gives you a lot of when you complete a task, when you have set a task and you complete the first step, it just gears you up to the second one. And Kai Havertz for me will be a harder deal to do than Julian Timber. What I mean here is that Julian Timber is the easier deal to do than the Kai Havertz one, right? If we have done Kai Havertz and we have gotten everything, cleared out of the way within a space of a fortnight, Julian Timber still should be done probably within 7 days or within 10 days. Of course, it's going to be difficult because Ajax are a very, very smart side when it comes to selling players, buying players, recruitment, and all that. I think I really respect them. You imagine Lisandro Martinez could have been an Arsenal player by now, but all the work they actually put in to make sure that there is a bidding war, the intelligence they use with Manchester United to make sure that Manchester United pay over the odds for Lisandro Martinez, and the calculation that Eric Ten Hag would want Lisandro Martinez and Anthony, so they sold Lisandro Martinez to build a relationship with Eric Ten Hag's Manchester United, so that they can get a very huge fee for Anthony. That was smart. So that means we are dealing with a very, very smart club. We are dealing with very, very smart people. We are dealing with people who really, I'm gonna admit, Ajax in the transfer window are 100% better than Arsenal. We are talking about a side that continues to thrive in the Dutch Eredivisie, winning titles every single season. Yeah, at times they don't win, at times they do. But we are also talking about a side that has always put in quality competition in Europe. For you to do that while you're not signing players worth hundreds of millions or 30s or 40s of millions, you've got to be able to have a very good academy and a very, very scouting network. And they've done that. And you don't want to play Ajax or Benfica in the UEFA Champions League. Not at the group stages, not at the knockout stages, not anywhere. Because the quality they possess as well. But I think the player already being locked onto the move and sold onto the move to Arsenal just creates something very, very different in terms of our favor. I think what Arsenal now need to do is not to disappoint. Look, we've disappointed a couple of players. Hausemuwa, Yuri Tillemans last summer. All we have to do right now is not disappoint. If the player is pushing, he's told the board, I'm out of this place. I've already agreed a deal with Arsenal, so I want to be out of this place as quickly as I can. Then he's also told the new manager, I'm not part of your plans. You should not include me in your plans. I think Arsenal now, the other bit is quite very, very easy. The other bit is for us to just get the things done. Just go in with a second bid for around 40 million euros. If they push it back, then you go back with 45. I think that should actually settle the matter, because if they want 50 and we go in with 45, very, very similar to what Chelsea are asking for, the deal will actually get done. So that is where we are with Julian Timber. Agrees to join Arsenal. That is a tick. Personal terms, that is a tick as well. He is keen and very, very eager and desperate to join Arsenal. I've heard that Mikel Arteta has spoken to him personally. I mean, this is not from any confirmed sources, but I've heard that Mikel Arteta has talked to him personally. And, for a couple of weeks before the initial bid was reported, Arsenal have been talking to the player and selling the project to him. I'm getting vibes of Benjamin White benched. I'm really, really getting vibes. And I don't think it will be the first time that we see, Ben, a player like Ben, a player of the quality of Ben White get benched. He's versatile. He's a very good player. I like him. But I don't think his qualities will come in competition with Julian Timber. Timber is another class of a player, and another class of a talent. And I think with our plan being developing players to reach a self-sustainable model, I could see Benjamin White as one of the first players we sell, in the coming years. We signed him for 50 million, and I could see a couple of English clubs willing to pay 60 million for Benjamin White. I'm telling you, if West Ham wanted Benjamin White, they would be able to pay 60 million. Will they be able to afford him? Would they be able to afford 60 million? Maybe that's a question that we can ask. But are they willing? Would they be willing? Would English clubs be willing to spend 60 plus million on Ben White? I'm totally convinced they would. So it looks like Ben is going to be out of the lineup and Julian Timber is going to be coming in. That is why he's pushing and very keen on a move to Arsenal Football Club this summer. But like I said, I will be reporting whatever happens around that deal as well. Ike Gundogan, as we wait for the announcement whether he's going to go to Saudi Arabia, stay at Manchester City, or join Arsenal, the guy is doing and passing medicals at FC Barcelona. The question, because where did you get that? It is from Fabrizio Romano, and it is also confirmed that that Barca are trying to, work their way around FFP in order to register the player. He's been a priority, and they will not rest until they get it done. Ike Gundogan, we should say, here we go. But the problem with Barca, you never have a here we go with FC Barcelona. The problem I think with Barca have, and I've already said this, is that they always have those contracts they don't need, right? They signed Frank Kessie on a free. They can get very, very good money out of him. That was that was a genius. But then they try to bring Messi back. Like, they do nonsense deals. If Barca should, as a club that is trying to rebuild, that's one thing you don't want to do. You have Christensen at centre back. You have Koundé probably at right back. He's also a centre back. You have you have Ronald Araujo. You have the likes of Balde. You have such a young squad. Then why do you try to sabotage your project by doing the nonsense deals that even put you in a much poor position with FFP? That's one thing I don't understand with FC Barca. Arsenal have received offers from Saudi Arabia for Thomas Partey. The offers are in the region of 40 million euros. And this is going to be paid in installments. Arsenal have not reacted. Thomas Partey is actively trying to leave Arsenal this summer, as he is unwanted now at the club. Now, this has been reported by Fabrizio Romano, of course. 40 million euros for Thomas Partey. That is unacceptable. That is an insult. That is that's a crime, right? That is a criminal act. You can't bid 40 million euros for Thomas Partey. How much are you gonna pay for Kalidou Koulibaly if you pay 40 million euros for Thomas Partey? How much are you gonna pay for rebuilding, if you're Saudi Arabia, if you're beating 40 million euros for Thomas Partey, moreover, it's going to be paid in installments. I don't have a problem with installments. We are buying our players and we are paying in installments. My problem is the valuation from Saudi Arabia. It's criminal. It's purely criminal. He's got 2 years left on his deal, by the way. They should know that. And he's one of the best CDMs in the world. They should also know that. And we paid over 45.5 million in terms of his release clause in 2020. They should also know that, right? So we are not selling for less than 60 million. I think this one is one where Partey will have to pressurize Arsenal into accepting such a bid. And I won't blame him if he pressurizes Arsenal into selling him. But I think Arsenal need to develop those negotiation skills in terms of selling our players. We have a very, very young squad, and in the future, I believe it's going to be a very, very relevant resource and very, very relevant skill to Edu and Mikel Arteta if they can sell players at a very good fee. You look at what Manchester City are doing right now. They've sold they've sold Alexander Zinchenko for 35, Raheem Sterling for close to 60, and Gabriel Jesus for around 55 million, right? You think about that and you go, if they had not, negotiated well, anyone would have just put them in a corner and, said, these players want to leave your squad. They are not getting playing time. They feel unhappy. They're disgruntled. We are giving you 15 million euros. We're giving you 20 million euros. But Manchester City are such very good negotiators. And you look at the amount of money they're getting out of players that are no longer part of their plans, it is mind-blowing. It is very, very mind-blowing. And the deals they're doing as well, 30 million for Kovacic, potentially 80 million for Giosco Gvardiol, they're marvelous in terms of negotiating. So for me, this is going to be a real test for Edu. Can he negotiate a good deal for Thomas Partey? For me, 60 million euros, that is around 55 million pounds. That's not a bad deal. Yeah, that's not a bad deal. But anything below 50 million pounds, we have failed. We will have failed. If Mason Mount is being sold to Chelsea for 60 million, yes, he's younger, but the quality of Thomas Partey, vis-a-vis the quality of Mason Mount, I don't want to enter that. But anyway, yeah, that is what we are hearing, that Arsenal have offers from Saudi Arabia for Thomas Partey. Arsenal have not acted, and Partey has not acted as well.